Updated the 20th of April 2018, 8:05 being able to execute under pressure is perhaps the most valued skill in sport. It is the moment every young, aspiring AFL footballer dreams about. West Coast star Luke Shuey etched himself into footy folklore by kicking the match-winning goal after the siren in extra time against Port Adelaide in last year's sudden death elimination final. It was a clutch moment in front of more than 40,000 rabid power fans at Adelaide Oval. "I can understand how everyone thinks it was a high-pressure kick, but you are surprisingly calm in that situation when you are in the moment," Shuey said. "I have watched games where guys have had shots after the siren and you try and put yourself in that position and you think you would be a nervous wreck, but it was enjoyable. Being able to execute under pressure is perhaps the most valued skill in sport. The game players who can do this are highly sought after. But a reputation can be made or destroyed in just a few seconds. So how do athletes execute under immense pressure? Putting training into practice. Success in these situations a lot of the time comes down to habits that have been formed from years of training." For Shuey, he tries to keep things as simple as possible. "My routine is having not too much of a routine," the 27-year-old said. "That was probably the one thing I thought of against the power. I didn't mean to think negatively, but I thought if I missed I didn't want it to be because I changed my routine or altered what I normally do. I don't want to be too fussy about how many steps I take. The only thing I do every time is pick a spot where I am going to kick it from. So, I measure out where the mark is and make sure the guy on the mark can't get close to it. It's all in the mini." Midfielder's habits have not only been formed by training his body, but also his mind. Helping footballers with the mental side of the game has been a big focus for West Coast as a club, particularly in the past 2 years. We have taken a bit of interest in mindfulness in sport. It is probably bigger than what you would think around the world," Shuey said. "Positive thinking, positive reinforcement, and familiarization techniques are now a key part of West Coast's pre-game preparation." Shuey said in the past, players had been told not to think about the game too much in the lead-up, but things are beginning to change. "We talk about encouraging the young guys to think about the game in the days leading up to it," Shuey said. "The approach we have taken is to embrace it and think about what makes you a good player, what you can do well, and visualize what you are going to do when things aren't going your way and your backs are against the wall. I think it just helps on game day when you get to that situation you feel like you have already been there."